maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it. I got a new letter from an informant.
Wait.
Looks like the situation has changed again.
Oh, share dulu, geng. Sabar ya. Ini sudah. Oke, let's go. Oke, teman-teman, welcome. Selamat datang di stream. Untuk kali ini main Genshin ya. Asik. Gue sebetulnya rada males ngerjain hangout, tapi ya sekalian lah kita jadiin konten aja ya kan, konten live. Sambil ngobrol. Nah, gue bingung nih mau hangout siapa dulu nih, karena gue belum semua nih. Tapi gue sebetulnya pingin Shinobu sih, tapi ternyata masih kekunci ya. Backgroundnya mesti ganti nanti dong. Gue coba Yunjin deh. Wait, tapi kok nggak salah daily udah semua ya. Kunci udah keambil juga. Wes Yunjin aja deh.
Good roll. Alright, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Let's go. Yunjin. Pertama kali nih, geng. Soalnya gue yang lama juga belum pernah kerjain sama sekali. Gak tau ya, kurang motivasi aja.
Can't you send someone any sooner? The clock is ticking and I need this resolved ASAP.
I'm sorry, but we don't have any adventurers available at this instant.
Pilihannya begini ya.
Your timing is most optimal. Allow me to introduce Yuning, manager of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. She has commissioned the guild to...
Traveler? Ugh, Yoonjin is always talking about you. Please, you've gotta help us find her.
Astaga, Yunjinnya hilang loh.
Yep, she's gone and disappeared. Now of all times, just days away from the big performance. All she left was a short note.
Bagi yang menemukan surat ini, baru-baru ini aku bicarakan tentang Sang Dewi dan aku merasa puas. Aku ingin pergi ke Linju Pas, berharap untuk memperoleh sesuatu. Tapi aku pasti segera kembali sebelum malam, jangan khawatir. Linju Pas, oke.
If our audience doesn't get to see Yoonjin on stage, they'll start tearing the place down. I mean, what am I supposed to do, huh?
That's what I said too, but...
Look, when you're a megastar like Yoonjin, you gotta start taking things a little more seriously. Saying she'll be back doesn't give me a whole lot of reassurance when she's showing no regard for her own safety. Why does she have to go and practice somewhere so dangerous? What if something happens to her? What am I going to tell the audience?
Sepertinya tidak sampai mengancam nyawa.
Well then, what if she gets into a scrape and hurts herself? If she gets so much as a scratch, it'll be a loss to the whole nation.
As you can see, this is what we're up against. Would you be willing to accept this commission?
Oke, demi Yunjin. Asik.
Oh, wonderful. Ugh, thank the stars. Please, you've got to bring her back, safe and sound.
Kursornya enak dikasih lihat atau nggak usah, geng? Tolong diinfo ya. Kalau misalnya nggak ada yang info, biar gue biarin nih kursornya kelihatan. Sini kayaknya lebih dekat. Sebetulnya lewat atas lebih dekat sih. Tinggal loncat kan. Di seberang kok ternyata. Lawan Ruin Hunter. Waktunya melalui pertempuran. Yunjin yang ngelamun ya.
Busted.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Here comes the catch.
Don't break my glasses.
Ngelamun.
Oh, it's you. I do apologize. I didn't see you there. What brings you all the way up here? Oddly enough, I was just thinking of scheduling a meeting with you later. I didn't expect to run into you here, of all places.
Ku dengar apa ya? Ku dengar kamu menghilang.
I see. So Yunning sent you. I did tell her not to worry. Oh, but on this occasion, it seems I'm rather lucky you came. You've helped me avert a major catastrophe. It's a pity, though. I was so close to achieving the state of mind that Shenhe was talking
Keadaan
about.
pikiran yang dibicarakan Shenhe. Apa?
Do you remember what Shenhe said about the divine damsel fighting against the evil monster? That in reality, she hadn't acted as courageously as the operatic rendition would have you believe. That it was simply a matter of life and death, and she chose self-preservation. Granted, she later admitted that she preferred the version of events given in the opera, with its portrayal of a divine heroine sacrificing herself for others. But after giving it a lot of consideration, I think that this character is defined by her emotional complexity, and even uncertainty. So the more emotions I can experience for myself, the wider range I will have to draw on in my performance. If access to a different state of mind can help me provide a fresh interpretation of the character and her actions, well, surely it will take my acting skills to the next level. That's why I came here. My plan was to take it slowly, start by just dipping my toe in, as it were. But once I started, I just got completely drawn in. I feel like I was so close to a breakthrough here.
Ayo, tawarin coba lagi.
You've defeated an ancient god before. How am I supposed to experience genuine danger if you're here with me? I suppose I had better return to Liyue Harbor for now. I'll only end up putting you in an awkward position otherwise. Goodness knows how you'd explain this to Yunning.
Sudah ditawarin mau di ini loh.
I wonder whether I have gained anything useful from this trip. I suppose only time will tell.
Balik lagi dong.
Can you put a few more adventurers on the case or something?
Kok aneh ya?
Clock's still
Kan
ticking
pilihannya
away.
tadi sudah
Please have faith in her.
milih nawarin lanjutin
they've
loh, tapi
returned.
dia pinginnya balik.
Yunning, we're back.
Yunjin, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy?
No, I'm fine. You don't need to worry. When it's time to go on stage, I'll be there.
Look, I get it. You like to go out exploring. That's fine. But do you really have to go off thrill-seeking this close to the show? You have to take better care of yourself, okay? For all our sakes. For the opera troupe and for your audience. We're just
Intinya
lucky we
intinya
had
demi
the
duit
traveler
sih.
to help out. What if something had happened to you, huh? What would I say to our audience, hmm?
Well, I would say the best way to make it up to our audience is to give them the best performance we can. Don't you agree?
Yes,
While I'm
agree.
off stage, as long as there is something, anything I can do to improve my acting ability, even the slightest amount, I can't pass up the opportunity.
You know, Ugh, I don't know what to say anymore. Traveler, please, you tell her.
So, what's your honest opinion?
Eh, atas ya.
Exactly. Just think of all the people coming from far and wide just to show you their support.
Soalnya kalau nggak selamat
Why
juga
do you make it sound like they are coming to see me
nggak
and
bisa
not the show?
perform.
Well, same difference, isn't it?
I don't think so. They seem quite different to me. Well, either way, you're quite right. I mustn't let down our audience, especially those who came from afar. And I certainly mustn't make you come out looking for me again. So I suppose I will put my training exercises on hold for a while.
Whew, I'm glad to know that the brightest star in my troupe is finally gonna start listening to reason. I'm gonna head back and see how the set is coming along. Don't go disappearing on me again.
All right. I'll
Doyan
head back and do
ngilang.
some rehearsing. It's no substitute for first-hand experience, but it should still help me iron out a few issues.
Lebih aman daripada langsung ke lapangan.
Speaking of which, I haven't even thanked you properly for saving me. If you are free after the show, come and find me at Hayuti House.
Hayati House. Let's go. Hayati House tuh yang ini kan. Gak boleh masuk. Karakter menjalankan quest lain. Waduh. Mutiara Samudra. Wait, kita harus kelarin ini dulu berarti. Baiklah. Harus ke kapal situ dulu. Ya wes, let's go. Gue penasaran loh. Ini katanya kalau mau ke sana kan bisa ngomong sama nelayan kan. Tapi aku nggak pernah tahu loh nelayan yang mana. Cobain ya. Ada yang bisa ngantar nggak? Gue nggak tahu soalnya nelayan yang mana.
Take it
Ini nggak?
easy.
Oh iya. Bisa nggak? Mana? Nggak mau deh. Lain. Ini? Nggak bisa. Nggak ada interaksi. Udah gini ya, langsung aja gini ya. Pakai cryo aja lah. Wah. Kenapa sangkut? Yup. Nggak bisa
Take it
ngantar
easy.
juga. Cara sangkut pula. Kaya mode on. Kaya.
Ready when you are.
Sama kita bawa traveler.
There's still a long...
Let's go.
Go.
Dodge this. Cool it. Freeze!
Windblade!
Dodge this!
Rise.
Cool it!
Windblade!
Dodge this! Freeze!
Baik, nyemplung.
Windblade!
Dodge this!
Ah, tinggal dikit. Nggak apa-apa lah. Kita skip aja, skip. Suruh ngapain? Sinkin flower. Ini yang mana ya? Loxia. Kenapa ada paman jauh? Aduh. Sudah? Belum. Suruh balik ke Liyue Harbor. Ping Hai. Ping Hai. Betul kok ini kok. Oh, harus kelarin gitu dulu. Oke. Ntar. Kayaknya kita nggak usah pakai Sucrose. Kita pakai pelari maraton aja dulu.
You caught me. Just sharpen my
Wait, bisa lanjutin ya? Bisa kok.
make my escape.
Pertunjukan berakhir bertemu jam 20:23. 20:23. Sudah? Sebentar. Tunggu pertunjukan berakhir lalu bertemu keesokan harinya. Putar. Oke. Gimana sih di atas?
Liyue Opera is really something, but Liyue Opera performed by Miss Yon, now that's something else. Thrilling performance.
Namanya Maxim
I've
dong.
never seen anything like it before in my life. Your reputation is well deserved.
Well, I've had the pleasure of seeing the talented Miss Yun on stage many a time in the past, but the songs still sound fresh and new every single time. It's been barely a few days since I last saw you perform. Once again, Yun Jin, you've progressed by leaps and bounds.
Oh, you're far too kind, both of you. I'm still new to the profession, but I promised myself when I joined the troupe that I would strive to develop myself as a performer every day. And I wouldn't be where I am now without everyone's faithful support.
Nonsense. You're too humble, Miss Yun. You're a major celebrity. Who in Liyue hasn't heard the name Yun Jin?
In the circles I move in, anyone who says they've never seen Yun Jin on stage is at risk of getting laughed out of business. As it happens, I have a business meeting at the Xinyue kiosk with a client who is also a big fan of yours. So, I was wondering if you'd perhaps like to join us for the meal.
Ini kalau Paimon yang diajakin udah tahan
Me
ini.
too. I
Sudah
booked
oke
a
nih.
table at the Liuli Pavilion and was hoping you might join me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to both of you, but I won't be able to make it. I'm very grateful for the invitations, but I'm afraid I already have arrangements for this evening. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Betul, aku datang.
Okay, you have plans, but you're really gonna pass this up? I mean, you could always reschedule. Wait a second, you're... Well, I guess it's not going to work out today, then. Maybe another day, Miss Yun.
Huh. They took off pretty
Cepat sekali lari.
Do they know something I don't? Haha, I guess I'll be leaving too. Wouldn't want to cramp your style.
Take care, both of you. Sorry that I can't see you off. Whew. Thanks for coming to my rescue. Again.
Lobnya kok nggak nambah-nambah
Look
ya?
at you. You're a national treasure. Even Gentry Moutsai is in awe of you. I feel a little sorry for Xinyue Kiosk and Liuli Pavilion. I just hope the food won't go to waste.
Liuli Pavilion sih lebih kan.
I don't think we'd be able to get a seat this late. But it's fine. I have a better place we can go. Let's head downstairs. I owe you a big thank you tonight.
Downstairs, tempat ini dong, tempat dongeng doang. Ini gue belum ambil lagi. Downstairs mana sih? Bawah sini kan? Hop.
Miss Yun? Oh, wow, it's really you. I have just a few questions, if you don't mind.
Hey, get back here. Oh, ditzy girl, you don't have a clue what you're doing.
Are you a journalist? If you'd like to arrange an interview, you'll have to liaise with my manager.
Sorry, Miss Yun. Don't mind her. She's just new and still learning the ropes. We'll leave you alone.
Miss Yun, I'm interested to know why you added a silk dance to the scene where the divine damsel makes her appearance.
You noticed that?
Yes, based on the original script, that scene would see
Sayangnya
your
nggak bisa
character perform the
nggak ada
Adeptus
dikasih
walk.
lihat sih ya
But the
adegannya.
addition of the silk dance meant that the whole way you carried yourself was so much more...
Animated.
Yes, but delicate and graceful, like a crane.
Oh, sorry. Which publication are you from? How come I haven't met you before?
Oh, well...
Yeah, we're from the Steambird. I'm
Steambird.
Boy Yi, the
Ini
editor-in-chief.
presetannya,
This
biasa
young
ada
lady is
presetannya di
Shurian,
Steambird.
one of my journalists. We were based in Fontaine. Just recently we made the move back to Liyue.
Steambird.
Oh, I see. You're from the Steambird. Then it's no wonder. Your journalist has clearly done her research.
That's very kind of you, but really, my level of knowledge is very basic compared to yours.
Hey, Miss Yun is throwing you a bone here. Make the most of it, okay? Talk to her! Talk to her!
Actually, I'm afraid there's somewhere I need to be. And I'd really need to clear this interview with my manager.
Gimana ya? Lapor dulu lah.
Yes, you're right. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid the troop is pretty strict about the rules for this kind of thing. So we'll have to do this one by
Soalnya
the
bahaya
book.
kan kalau
Please
misalnya
liaise with my
kayak model
manager, and we can
artis
do this
tapi
interview
ngomongnya
another day.
sembarangan.
The
Bukan sembarangan
Seabird
sih,
is a
kayak
highly reputable
belum
publication,
dapat izin
so I'm
kah
sure my
apa, kan
manager
bisa
won't give
jadi
you a hard
kayak
time.
kerjasama
Once
gitu
the
kan.
interview is arranged, I'll be very happy to answer any and all questions you have.
But fair enough. Sorry if we're being intrusive. Please.
Yes, I'm coming. Bye, Miss Yun.
Hey, wait! That's the wrong way if you wanted to talk to my manager. Oh well, never mind. I have a friend who works for a paper. I'll ask them later. For now, though, the top priority is making good on our plans. Now that I think about it, I've turned down 3 social engagements tonight. Come with me. Our plan is the only one
3
remaining,
undangan.
so let's make the most of it.
Wait. Oh, deket. Tete aja biar deket.
I can smell the fragrance of food in the air. Yes,
One-
Cherhu Rock is definitely the place to go after a performance.
Third round atau one min? One min makan nih. Third round berarti dengerin itu. One min lah ya.
Oh, you're a fan of Chef Mao's cooking too? One Min Restaurant's blackback perch stew is hot, spicy, and fresh. But it's not kind on the throat, so unfortunately I can't eat much of it. Also, it's a bit cramped in there. I prefer open-air restaurants. Hey, have you been to Chen the Sharp's place before? His grilled tigerfish is the best around. Third Round Knockout and One Min Restaurant are both great restaurants. But when it comes to barbecue, this is the place to go.
Pinggiran.
Enjoying some nice food and drink, sitting by the hot
Daripada
coals and
restoran
the
milih
cool
street food
breeze.
deh.
Let's go.
Tigerfish! Grilled tigerfish! Hot off the... Oh, hey there. Is this a Miss Yoon which I see before me? It's been a while. What'll it be? Do you...
Yes, please. I'm out with my friend today. Let's start with a plate of stir-fried meat
Sate.
and a handful of
Chai.
skewers. And of course, some grilled tigerfish. 2, please. One with just a hint of chili, and the other one...
Yakitori. Sama dong. Sama dong.
Got it. Your grilled tigerfish will be ready soon. Do you want any drinks with that? Yeah, I don't advertise it though, because it's just something I'm experimenting around with for fun. Miss Yun likes a drink with her barbecue.
Pasti ada dong ya.
I ended up getting her to try them out for me.
Minuman. Masa jual
So, would
makanan
you
ya
two like
jual
some tea
minuman.
or...
Anything new?
Well, I managed to scrounge some milk from Dongsheng next door. A merchant from Mondstadt told me a while back that there's this popular drink doing the rounds there
Teh
called
susu dong.
milk tea.
Boba.
Tried my hand at making it too, but the response has been kind of lukewarm.
Tea with milk? Sorry, milk tea? It might not be the best
Tapi
thing
kalau
for
cuma
my
cicip
throat.
sedikit aja boleh.
But if I'm just having a little taste, I mean, I think it should be fine. Oh, but what about you? Anything you want to drink?
Aku suka boba sih.
Okay, let's get yours in first. I'll have one of each if that's all right. I'd like to try them all.
Okie dokie. And here's your tigerfish, fresh off the grill.
Come on, let's enjoy it while it's still hot. Piping hot barbecue and a nice cool drink is the best sensation.
Lopenya nggak nambah coba. Wih, nambah
Shame
wih.
about these drinks, though. I only had a little sip of each one, so there's a lot left
Nanya
over.
lagi, sisanya mau diapakan? Kalau namanya makan, ya kan. Apalagi sama cewek, pasti kita yang minta suruh habisin. Kebiasaan.
Well, I mean, I could just drink them, but they're a little bland for me. Nothing that special. I guess he must have toned down the flavors to make them palatable for a wider range of customers. We could just add some flavor back in? In fact, do you know the hot pot game?
Aduh, hotpot game yang bikin si Thomas sakit perut.
Let's play the hot pot game with the leftover drinks. I'll add some extra ingredients based on my tastes. Then you
Mati.
try to guess what I added. Don't worry. After mixing in the new ingredients, I'll also drink half. So I won't add any weird stuff. We don't need to worry about every last detail. Come on. I'll go grab some ingredients from the shop next door. Okay. Get ready. Oh, and no peeking.
Oke, no picking.
It's ready. Let me try it first. Pretty good. Your turn.
Rasain dulu. Tiba-tiba muncul rasa gurih khas hidangan laut. Cicip lagi. Benda padat mengapung di minumannya. Rasanya lembut menyegarkan. Asin gurih tenggorokan. Ini dikasih udang deh.
Oh, just regular facial expression control. Besides, it's nothing that unusual. I think it tastes okay, doesn't it?
Iya.
So did you work out what ingredients I added?
Tofu, yes.
You guessed them all correctly. You seem to have a well-developed palate. We can try some more combinations next time.
Enggak, makasih.
I wonder what kind of new flavors I could create with
Gila,
some more traditional teas,
minuman
like
boba
pine
gitu
nectar
pakai
or snow
udang,
blossom.
pakai
I
tahu.
can't wait
Apa
to try it
rasanya?
out. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Huh. Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying the part of you that is similar to them and bringing that into the performance. So in that sense, I can't say it's incorrect to conflate an actor and the characters they play on some level. But there are many more sides of me than the few you see on stage. So ultimately, yes, I am not the same person on stage as I am off stage. Sometimes, when I get letters from people, I can tell from the way they write that they see me as someone cold and aloof. I can write back, but I have to be very careful about what I say. Likewise, when I get invited along to banquets and so on, I have to make sure to keep myself calm and composed the whole night.
Yang di luar panggung dong ya.
I bought you one drink, okay? That's not a license for you to start saying weird stuff like that. Well, never mind. You seemed like you were being sincere. I'll let it go. All I was trying to say is that everyone has many different sides to their personality. And if you get fixated on just one of those, there's so much you'll never discover about a person. I mean,
Yes,
if we
paling
hadn't
harus
had the
dekat
chance
sama
to hang
orang.
out and chat like this tonight, there are things about you I might never have gotten to see.
Tapi kalau
Like
misalnya
the
nggak
mighty
dekat
and
ya
distinguished
ambil
traveler,
baiknya aja ya kan.
diligently reviewing my hot pot drinks. Me? Serious? On stage, I guess. But off stage, just think of me as another one of your friends. Just one who happens to have a flair for the dramatic. So, friend, what shall we do next?
Foto
Something to
bareng.
remember today by? Get a photo? You mean capture this happy moment for posterity so we can look back on it later? Sounds good. Let's have the food stall in the background. Now how should I pose?
Cek rek. Oh, kita yang motoin toh. Majuin dong. Ada agak naik. Mundurin dikit. Wah, ada ini juga. Gini aja. Asik. Simpan.
It looks good. I hope whenever you look at this photo in the future, it will remind you of the good time we had today. Hold on. How is one photo going to be enough? We'll both need one if we want something to remember each other by. You take this one, and I'll take another photo of you. But could you find another location for us? I'm thinking somewhere around Feiyun Slope with a good view. I'll join you in a moment. I have something to prepare here first.
Feiyun Slope. Oh, di situ.
Sorry to keep you waiting so long.
Enggak lama.
The view here is great. The lights, the buildings, it's the ideal spot. Yes, this angle is perfect. Okay, strike a pose and close
tutup
your
mata?
eyes. Yes, please. Quickly now.
Kok tutup mata?
Get ready.
Oh, foto
3,
bareng.
2,
Ambil tripod.
open your eyes.
Ya kan betulan. Simpan. Sudah? Sudah? Oh, ada 5 ending. Lagi. Oh, bercabang, ding. Bawah masih tak kunci. Oh, dari sini naik. Ini ada yang langsung ke bawah. Krisis berhasil dihindarin. Langsung ending. Dari sini berarti. Yang jawab ya berarti ya. Berarti beda jawaban, beda juga ininya. Hop. Kita skip aja deh.
Can you put a few more?
Please have faith.
Yinning.
You,
Skip.
you have to. We're just
Well, while I'm off.
You know,
So,
Berarti kita pilih yang bawah, yang belum.
I'm glad you agree. Right. Then let's get preparing.
hey, traveler, get over here. You've only just managed to bring Yunjin back. Now you're taking her straight back out again? What's the big idea? The next show is just days away.
Bad ending kayak jatuhnya ya.
Please, if not for me, then for the sake of the opera troupe, I'm begging you, help me convince her that at the end of the day, she's gotta fall in line. Well, okay, maybe that's asking the impossible, but at least try and keep her distracted. Please, just keep her occupied until the next show. No more thrill-seeking.
What are you two talking about? If it doesn't involve me, I think I'm going to...
You know what? It does involve you, actually. The traveler was saying, come on, help me stall her.
Oh? Well, what do you need from me? You want to become an actor?
You do? Oh, yes, of course she does. She was just telling me that she's interested in exploring her dramatic side and, would like you to give her some coaching. Right, good. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Traveler, your master awaits.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on students yet.
Oh, please, this is the day you've dreamed of, isn't it? You certainly talk about it enough. And look, now she's here, ready and willing.
Okay, I get it. You can stop now. Whew. I am delighted that you wish to study the performing arts from me. But the issue is, before you could become my apprentice, I'd have to get approval from the founders that do an initiation ceremony. There just
Ribet ya?
isn't time for all that right now. So, for now, I'll just teach you a few basics. Informally, one friend to another, there's no need to call me master.
Coach? Sensei? Sensei?
What?
Yunjin Sensei?
Don't you think that's a bit old-fashioned? Let's work on that later. Until we settle on an appropriate title, just call me by my name. Let's meet tomorrow morning on the bridge by the sea at Feiyun Slope. I'll do my best to prepare a good first lesson for you.
Whew, what a relief.
Feiyun Slope. Jam 6 sampai jam 8 besok. Tadi di sini kan? Besok jam 6. Salah dong. Gimana? Di bawah? Enggak kan?
Good. You're right on time. Punctuality is an essential quality if you want to make it big in the acting world. Without it, you won't be able to keep on top of all the work you need to do each day. Well, first I'd like you to answer me one question. How many pigeons flew from the bridge when you were passing through?
Nggak hafal lagi gua. Biasanya dikit sih, 6.
Close. It was 7. Anyway, the point of this question was to test your powers of observation. Eyes are the medium for the transfer of emotion. You must train your eyes to be bright, active, and strong. Watching the birds fly, hover around, and come into land will not only exercise your eyesight, but indeed, my own daily training routine starts right here. I watch the pigeons to train my eyes, and I sing to the tide to train my voice. All in good time. Grasping all the techniques involved in opera singing and posture is not an overnight process. Let's start from the very beginning, with some general
Dasar.
theories to help you better understand the concept of performance.
Dasarnya dulu dong.
Of course. I am in written correspondence with performers from many nations in Teyvat, which has rather broadened my perspective on this topic. For example, let's start with something simple. How would you perform yourself? Try to relive the events of that day when you were battling against an ancient god and fighting off the Fatui. What can you see? What did you feel? Now, I want you to look out at the ocean in front of you and recall the raging waves and the atmosphere of peril from that day. Take a deep breath. Now, gradually
Bukan amarah,
embrace
nggak
the
takut
scene,
gua.
immerse
Berkata
yourself in it,
bertarung
and let
rekan-rekan
all the
terdekat.
emotions back in.
Asik.
Good, good. So that's how you felt. Next, I'd like you to focus on the goal you wanted to achieve at that time.
Bertahan hidup, melindungi Yue, mengalahkan dewa jarak. Enggak lah. Bertahan. Enggak lah, inilah lindungin Yue.
Good, yes. Use that. Okay, good. Now, all of this overwhelming emotion is welling up inside of you, and I want you to let it all out.
Hahaha. Kok jadi kayak film fantasi 10 ya?
Stop. Wrong. This is all wrong. There's no emotion, no soul. Granted, the character you are trying to portray is your own self, but your performance didn't do the scene justice at all. I couldn't hear you fighting for your life while gargantuan waves were crashing all around you. What I heard was the sound of someone doing vocal exercises by the beach on a calm day. Here's the thing. When you're acting, it's not only about getting into character, you also have to recreate the scene in your mind as vividly as you can. Now, I appreciate that you did actually experience this particular scene for yourself, but maybe conjuring up specific details of your surroundings at the time is a little too advanced for novices.
Sepertinya sangat langka buat sekali. Urusan hidup dan mati.
You're right. If we were looking for an environment to help evoke the emotions you felt at the time, I suppose we could try again. A little farther afield, at Guyun Stone Forest. Oh? Too far away? Don't worry, I
Tinggal
was just
tele
thinking
loh, padahal.
aloud. Besides, even at Guyun Stone Forest, we'd still have trouble recreating the state of the sea that day. Let's try something else. Come with me to the suburbs just north of Liyue Harbor.
Nggak
If
gitu
you've got
jauh.
no objections, let's head off.
Let's go.
The battle you fought on the Jade Chamber was a very strange set of circumstances, even for someone like you. It's quite normal that you can't get into character just like that. I know it's hard to recreate every facet of the experience in your mind, but what you could try is to replace the foes you faced in that scenario with ones you are much more familiar with. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're performing a scene where your character experiences the grief and pain of a death, but you yourself have never experienced this kind of tragic loss before. Well, you can replace death with another, more familiar scenario that evokes a similar sense of grief and pain for you.
Aku tahu.
Such as, you bust a gut trying to find a treasure chest, only to finally reach it and find it filled with cabbages and radishes.
Sedihnya ya.
Ah, now you're catching on. Action scenes work the same way. Perhaps the experience of facing an ancient god is a challenge to recreate. But if you're replaying the kind of actions you perform every day, you just need to let go, and your subconscious will guide you through. Come, show me how you normally fight. You can start with monsters nearby.
Ya, battle dong. Mana? Maafkan saya, wahai slime.
They're coming. Just do what you normally do in this situation. Get them!
Wah,
Gotcha.
oh, masih ada.
Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now.
Nggak kenal lagi.
Oh, that was wonderful. Such deft and fluid movements. Just like a real adventurer. Let's perform the scene again now, while the battle is still fresh in your mind.
Buat
Look
apa
at
dia
those
dekorasi?
red-clad scarecrows. But I want you to see them instead as those Fatui who brandish the sacrificial knives. Now, let us reenact the battle on the Jade Chamber. It's okay if you can't recall the events clearly. You can just replace them with the movements you are most familiar with. And... attack! The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballistas. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
Orang-orangan sawah. Gimana?
can't fault your movements in terms of technique. But Fatui are larger than most monsters. I don't think it was a conscious decision, but you were aiming a little too low. And you also didn't strike with enough force. Overall, it was just lacking that sense of being in the heat of the battle. Veteran practitioners of this acting method are able to adjust and embellish their real-life experience enough so that it makes an adequate substitute for the scene they are trying to portray. But adjusting deep-rooted habits to adapt them for the stage, that's no easy task. Still, this was only your first time trying this method. But judging from your movements, I think this next method might suit you a little better.
Metode apa?
Choreograph every aspect of your onstage performance in advance. Every movement, every facial expression, even your emotions, and rehearse it thoroughly. You can reference existing characters from opera or imitate similar people from your own life. In short, you want to pin down every detail of the
Sama.
character you want to portray.
Pas
in
banget
your
ini
mind.
karakternya. Sama
And
aku
then,
juga nggak
walk
ngerti.
through them methodically and find ways to bring them out. Well, in your case, what you need to do is imitate your past self. Think of yourself not as you, but as somebody outside this world controlling your every move. It's complicated to explain, but once you give it a try, I think you'll get the hang of it. Okay, how about we start by setting a simple scenario? The Fatui in red want to attack the Guizhong Ballista, and the heavyweight guards in blue want to try and stop you. What you want to do is evade all the blues and go straight for the reds. Yes, I think that sums it up. There's an open area to the north. I'll set up a stage for you. When you've finished rehearsing everything in your mind, come and find me.
Bukannya tempatnya golem ya?
Well, have you finished rehearsing?
I'm ready.
No need to rush. Take your time. I shall guide you with my voice. Wrong.
Hah?
Start again.
Kau wrong? Gimana sih?
Well, have you finished rehearsing? No need to rush. I shall guide you.
Oke, kayaknya nggak boleh dibunuh deh. Ah, Menembus jajaran posisi satu per satu. Mantel merah bersobek pedang. Hah? Oh, mancurinnya yang merah, bukan yang biru. Pantas kok ngomong Yunjin dia nyanyi, kok rasanya
Well,
beda ya.
have you finished? No need to rush. I shall guide you with.
Oke.
was a little better. You managed to bring out more of that fearless hero quality that time. My hard work coaching you has finally paid off. This method might not sound as sophisticated and exciting as the first two, but it's the most popular choice for teaching beginners. Rigorous rehearsal and vocal training is at the core of this school of thought. It even works on those whose performance lacks emotional depth at first. As long as you practice diligently, with time, you will achieve mastery one way or another. Either your finely honed skills become a good substitute for innate talent, or the process of honing your skills cultivates genuine talent within you. People say that when you truly master the art of singing, even the birds and beasts will be drawn to your song. I know. I guess I still have a long road ahead of me when it comes to
Ini bukan
developing as a
metode standar
performer.
untuk pemula.
Well, because even if I had, you wouldn't have put your heart into it. It's been written on your face this whole time. Just try and keep her occupied until the next show. Don't forget that acting is my bread and butter. Did you really think I wouldn't be able to see through it? Still, this is a rare opportunity, and I hope you have at least learned something from it about the beauty of the performing arts. The operatic tradition carries countless historical memories within it. As long as the art is kept alive, the voices and faces of bygone heroes can be recreated on the stage for generation after generation. I hope that your voice and your face will make their mark on Liyue Opera too. Yes, as well as coaching you today, I have also been closely observing every move you make. Do you remember the basics of the final method?
Meniru orang-orang.
Don't you think there's a striking similarity between you, who stood up for Liyue and fought off a god of old, and the divine damsel in the play? With you as a reference in mind, I'm sure I can finally make a breakthrough in creating my own adaptation of this character. Because as far as I'm concerned, the immersion method, drawing on life experiences,
Yo,
and imitating
Reigami.
others are all
Welcome.
valuable acting methods. Even if my every movement is rehearsed to perfection, I can't move the audience without conveying emotion. And even if I fully master the character's emotions, a little choreography will help make the performance more polished and appealing. Whatever the method is, as long as it offers something that can improve my performance, I will always give it a try.
Makanya tadi yang
Thank you
pertama
for
dia
trying them out as well.
ya
It means a lot to me.
ngelamun ya.
And congratulations on making it to the end of your first acting class. Graduation ceremony. I'm afraid that's still a
Bukan
long way in the
nge-push.
future.
Lebih tepatnya
For now,
ini
I
hangout
hope to
pertama
incorporate
kali.
part
Ini
of you
gue
into my
belum pernah
performance of
hangout
the
sama
divine
sekali.
damsel.
Ini
But
pertama
one
kalinya
day,
ngerjain
I hope
hangout.
to write an opera all about you. When that day comes,
Jadi
I
selama
hope you will
main
be able to join
Genshin
me on
dari
stage
awal
and give me some
buka
constructive
kan
criticism.
sampai sekarang
It'll take a
baru
lot of
ini
hard work to reach the point where
ngerasain
you're ready to go on
hangout.
stage. But I'll be here to keep you on track every step of the way.
Guru yang ketat.
Here we go again. So old-fashioned. Then again, I suppose I will have to give you a lot of instruction along the way. And if I won't let you call me master, teacher, or coach,
Sensei.
I've got to think of something you can call me.
Sensei.
I've got it. You can call me mentor.
Mentor.
What do you think?
Yunjin Sensei. Nih gue kasih, tadinya mau ngerjain yang cookie, tapi ternyata belum gua buka. Nih gue kasih lihat. Nah ini kan baru gua buka nih, yang beberapa ada gua buka, tapi belum dikerjain sama sekali. Nah tadi itu mau ngerjain cookie, kuncinya kurang satu, jadi nggak bisa dibuka. Ya udah ngerjain Yunjin dulu. Masih ada 3 ending. Tadi yang bawah bukan? Panjang ternyata. Tapi satu doang ya. Ntar di sini cabangnya yang atas belum. Tamu dari Steambird. Nggak sedih dong. Tapi kalau untuk untuk kepinginnya ya kan pas streaming yang ini ya sedih juga sih. Wait, ini kemana? Ini yang di atas sih kalau nggak salah, yang Yunjin yang ketemu di atas nih. Berarti yang dekat lewat sini aja. Hop. Lewat sini. Oh iya benar.
Miss Yoon? Oh wow, it's really you. I have just a few.
Bentar, kita skip.
Sorry, Miss.
Miss Yoon.
You
Yes.
animated.
Yes.
Oh,
I.
Hi. We were based.
oh, I see. Then
Berarti
it's no
yang
wonder.
tadi manajer kan
Journal-
ya? Berarti ini yang pilih yang atas.
Miss you.
Actually,
Nah, ya kan bener.
but what about our plans?
Lain waktu.
Really? Okay, sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Yoon.
Great. Thank you both kindly. Let's find a quiet place and get this interview underway.
Harusnya ditraktir dong ya kan? Kan interview.
Oh, I see. So that's why you added the silk dance in this scene.
Yes, exactly. Doing it this way not only allows for more physicality in my movement, it also means I can make better use of the stage
Ini
and
kalau
transition
kalau
into the
misalnya
scene
dia
more
dikasih
quickly.
lihat lagi kan kayak
Okay.
cutscene-nya gitu.
So there was
Lebih
even more
bagus
to
lagi
it
loh
than I
ini.
thought. So wouldn't it make sense to contrast this with the Dongtong Appassionato section that comes directly afterward
Sehingga kita
by
cuma
making
punya
the latter
konteks
a
doang.
little more sophisticated?
I think I know which section you're talking about.
Sorry. What am I saying? This is a fixed formula, isn't it? My suggestion would completely break the format.
No, it's okay. It's an interesting idea for sure. I'll give it some thought. Thanks for the suggestion.
Really? Wow, I'm so honored.
Fans bucin nih.
Shuryun, maybe it's time to move on to some of the things our readers would like to know about.
Oh, okay.
Ini ya, kalau misalnya
I was also going to
wawancara
ask for
ya kan,
your
tapi ternyata
opinion on the set
fans.
and the costumes.
Jadi nggak jadi wawancara.
Yes. Well, I'm sure Miss Yun has countless pearls of wisdom she could share on her chosen craft. But not all of our readers are quite so
Melek sedih.
artistically literate, shall we say. A lot of them really just want to know more about you. You know, what does Yoonjin do when she's off stage?
Excuse me? When I'm off stage?
You know, you're a major
Ini kayak
celebrity,
yang di
and
cabang
a lot of
satunya,
our
tapi
readers
kan
are interested to
nggak
know what life is
diwawancarain
like
kan.
for you, what kind of place you live in, what kind of things you
Nah
eat,
itu
the
bener
clothes
kayak
you
fans
wear,
K-pop.
things you buy,
Cuma kan ini bedanya dia
that whole
opera
side
kan.
of things. A day in the life.
Besides rehearsing,
Tugasnya
day in my
wawancara
life
malah
isn't
kayak
really any more interesting than
ngefan
anyone
girl.
else's.
Nonsense. Of course it is. Just think how many people were at your show earlier. They come from all over just to show their support. In fact, a relative of mine has a daughter who's been saying she wants to broaden her horizons recently. She's been looking for a chance to give you a jade hairpin as a gift.
Oh. It's against the rules of the opera troupe to accept private gifts from patrons.
Nah kenapa gitu ya?
Could someone out there be accepting gifts for the troupe under false
Bukannya kalau
pretenses?
misalnya fans
get
ngasih
you
hadiah
look
gitu
into
boleh
it.
aja ya, asal lewat
I mean,
agensi atau
it
manajer.
wasn't a big deal. Just something she said. Forget I brought it up. So, I saw Gentry Moutsai and the Snezhnayan gentleman come down from upstairs. Are
Ini
they
mungkin
patrons of your show?
pada nggak tahu
too?
ya. Biasanya yang kayak
what are your
model-model
thoughts on
kayak gini nih
Snezhnayan
kalau
if a
yang Hoyoverse ini
I'm sorry. This
mereka
is my
sebagian
first
ada
interview,
ngambil
and
dari
my notes are becoming
situasi
a total
di
mess.
dunia nyata.
I might need a moment to pause and reorganize them a little. Otherwise, I'll never be able to work all this into an article. Mr. Boy,
Apalagi yang ini
maybe
kan
you should take a look too.
Yunjin kan
Don't be
dia
ridiculous.
budayanya
Stop
Cina
having
sana.
an interview
Takutnya
halfway through to
di
organize your notes?
inilah
What are you talking about?
diprotes sama orang-orang
Hey,
sana
all right,
nanti.
all right.
Jadi bikin
Miss Young,
serealistis mungkin.
we'll just be a moment.
Pusing.
I'm fine. It's not the first time I've been asked questions like these. The last time it happened, Yunning stopped the interview for me.
Iya
But
bagus
the next
referensinya
day, the
memang.
tabloids were full of
Jadi
articles
sekalian
like,
nambah wawasan
"Dramatic
juga kan
exit,
buat yang
Yunjin
main.
storms out of interview, and Miss Ladida opera star is too good for our questions." Yeah. So from then on, Yunning said all interview requests have to go through her. I used to think I could hold the troupe together just by putting on a good performance. But now, I
Biar
have to make sure I
nge-boosting
concentrate
ya
on
kan.
my
Banyak orang
actions
yang
off
tersentuh
stage
saat melihat
too.
pertunjukanmu. Iya bawah lah.
Oh, you mean Fanarya and that crowd? I cherish them as members of my audience too. But there aren't many people like them who can appreciate all the nuance in a single viewing. How did Shuryun end up working with an editor like that guy? Something feels wrong there. Ugh. They could be back at any
Namanya
moment,
kerja ya kan.
so I should stay here for now.
Pasti kayak gitu
But
kalau
could you go look
kena
into it
pas
for me?
kena kerjaan yang passionnya kita, bosnya nggak ngerti apa-apa ya kayak gitu modelnya.
If you find out anything, come straight back here and let me know.
Maklum dunia kerja pasti ada yang kayak gitu.
Just... How can you be so cruel to Miss Yoon?
Keep your voice down. Whatever you got to say, it can wait until we're out of earshot. We'll both be in hot water if Yunjin finds out.
Itu sudah biasa.
What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do I make myself clear?
Udah, kamu udah lihat aku. Nggak, sana. Jalan. Misi Om.
I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give anything they had to trade places with you right now? Huh? Ever think about that?
You just
Ini.
don't get it. Miss Yoon has put her heart and soul into...
Bos kayak gini nih, gue nggak suka juga nih.
Stop yelling in public! Or do you want Miss Yun to hear about all the lies you're spreading about her?
Me? You're the one making everything up.
Well, you sure seemed pretty happy chatting to her, so don't act like you ain't a part of this. And don't forget the contract you signed. Come. We'll continue our little chat over there. You need to listen and learn, young lady.
Alasan sebagian orang resign ya kan. Punya bos kayak gini. Salah satunya. Mau kemana sih? Udah, itu aja.
Are you ready to stop whining now? Do you have any idea how rare an opportunity like this is for a small-time paper like ours? Just think of the sales if we can get an exclusive. We'd have enough to cover your salary for 2 lifetimes.
But what about us pretending to be from the Steam Bird? Aren't you worried she'll find out?
You really think she still would have talked to you if I hadn't told that little white lie? Besides, what have you got to be afraid of? As long as we make it sound like an eyewitness account, how will she be able to refute it? Heck, if she actually presses the
Parah sih,
issue,
penipu
I'll probably
ternyata.
have to thank her for keeping it current for me.
This is horrible. I will not let you treat Miss Yoon like this.
I don't know who she thinks she is anyway. Oh, I sang a couple of shows, so now I'm a national superstar. Give me a break. No one wants to read about your sopranos or your falsettos. We give the readers what they want. That's how this business works. Case in point, that blonde
Nggak
gal
gitu,
seems to be
bosku.
getting along pretty well with Yunjin. There's
Bisnis
definitely
pakai
a
adab
story
juga.
there, even if there isn't.
Ugh, that's enough. I'm reporting you to the Millilith.
Report me? What for? Libel? Identity theft? Good luck with that. I haven't written anything. Where's your proof?
I...
You better tread carefully, Missy. First, you neglect your own duties, and now you're trying to get in the way of mine? You signed the contract. You know full well
Banget.
the consequences. If you sabotage this
Gue
deal,
ada cerita.
I will make sure
Jadi
you lose everything you have.
di
I will
kalau
ruin
nggak
you.
salah ya, gue
You
baca di
understand?
mana gitu. Jadi anak buahnya ditanyain sama bosnya,
Why did I sign that contract?
kalian ada ini nggak katanya, ada ide nggak gimana caranya untuk naikin ini kita produktivitas kita, ditanya bosnya. Ada satu yang jawab istirahat. Bosnya bingung istirahat, tapi ternyata masuk akal. Jadi kenapa dia jawab istirahat itu karena ya bosnya kayak gini modelnya, kayak nyuruh kerja aja terus, tapi nggak ada istirahatnya, jadi nggak produktif ya. Itu ya 11-12 lah sebetulnya kasusnya sama ini, cuma beda di ini aja kan, beda di kasus intinya. Sembunyi nanti kasih tau Yunjin, nggak usah Yunjin dulu, beresin sekarang. Beresin sekarang lah.
Who's there? Oh, it's you. What do you want? I'm warning you, don't... I'll spread a lovely little story about you and Yunjin throughout all of Liyue.
Wait a second. I was so focused on Miss Yoon earlier that I didn't notice who it was.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Dia juga nggak tahu
She's the
ternyata.
traveler. You know, the one who even the Chi Sing will listen to.
What the... Oh, what have I gotten myself into? No need to get all worked up here. What we meant was, yes, quite right. You are quite right. I'm disappearing into thin air as we speak. Just might.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea it was going to turn out like this. But I'm so ashamed. I don't know how I could face Miss Yun now. So please pass on my apologies to her.
Nggak lah, bukan kamu yang salah bosmu. Gila bosnya. Kayaknya ini cabang juga deh tadi, yang ngelapor Yunjin dulu atau
Did you find
langsung
anything
ngeberesin.
I see. Well, it's not unexpected. It's just a bit of a shame that I didn't get to talk with Shiryun for
Minum dulu
longer.
dikit, geng.
She genuinely understands opera and has a passion for it. That's not something you can act. If I had the chance to talk with her more in depth, it could well provide me with some fresh inspiration.
Apa-apa dijadiin inspirasi ya. Seniman.
Eugene. Did you agree to another interview without notifying me?
Yang mana ya? Atas
These
saja.
tabloid types are total scumbags, all of them. Who knows what innocent detail he might end up turning into the next big scandal. Sure, nothing might have come of it today, but who knows where it'll go tomorrow. Short of catching them all in their lair in one fell swoop, who knows when this is going to end?
I'm sorry. I was careless on this occasion.
Berarti best ending ya
wallowing isn't
sebelumnya itu
gonna
yang
solve
gua dapat.
anything. Come on, go tell everyone in the troop to be extra cautious during this time. Gee, oh Lord, bless us. Spare us any more offstage drama.
Bad ending. Cincinnya ditarik. Save. Mendapatkan 5 album, 4 album, 2 lagi dong berarti ya. Cabang-cabangnya di atas. Tuh kan, ada 2. Kontrak yang ketat. Ini yang lapor deh kayaknya tadi kan. Nah iya bener. Apa gue bilang? Harus laporin Jin dulu. Oke, kita skip.
Are you ready? Just as long
Skip.
no one wants case in point. Report. You'd better use.
Ah, ini pilih yang bawah.
Well, think very carefully.
You. Hey, wait!
Lapor bos dulu. Bos Yun.
Did you find anything out?
Oh,
I see. I knew there was something fishy about that editor-in-chief. But this is a bigger plot twist than I expected. Not yet. All he's done so far is ask a few questions. There's nothing in print yet. The Millilith wouldn't be able to do anything even if we got them involved. Besides, if we rush to report him now, it's only going to give him more material to write about.
pasti ada barang yang dijadikan bukti.
You're right. But tabloids like theirs never have permanent offices and printing presses. The moment they hear anything, they'll disappear without a
Hitungannya
trace.
berarti percetakan
We've got
tapi
no
nggak
chance
punya
of
kantor
catching
ya,
them.
aneh.
I'm actually more concerned about another detail you told me. Would you be willing to do me another favor? I want
Leave
to
it
send
to
a
me.
letter. Great. Thank you. The editor should be here soon, so I'll stay here to deal with him. I'll have to rely on you to deliver the letter. If everything goes well, we should be able to get some breathing room for a while.
Roger that. Yang di sana kan? Oh iya benar.
I've had it with you. Do you think contracts are just bits of paper? If we weren't on a tight deadline, you'd better believe I'd fire you right here on the spot. You will stay here and reflect on your actions if you know what's good for you. Sorry, but I'm not babysitting you anymore today.
Oh, what am I going to do?
Yelan gitu kan. Emang nggak kemarin Yelan nggak dapat.
You're the one who was with Miss Yun earlier. Oh, really? Miss Yun wrote me a letter? Oh, I'll read it right away. Wow. Really?
Apa
I
suratnya?
can't believe this. Miss Yun says that under Liyue law, any penalty charge I have to pay may not substantially exceed the amount of my salary. You can't have a labor contract that would completely bankrupt the employee in the event of a breach. It's not legally binding.
Tidak
So
sah
not
secara
only can he
hukum.
not get any money off of
Ih,
me, I
60.
can take this contract to the
Rat off ya?
Ministry of Civil Affairs and blow the whistle on him. I didn't think about any
Atau
of
udah
this
rat
when
on
I was
tapi
job
pikiran
hunting.
dah.
I just signed the contract without a second thought. I always thought Miss Yun was all about opera. Who would have thought she was such a legal expert, too? If only I hadn't gone out of my way to get Miss Yun's attention in the first place, none of this would have happened. I didn't expect it to end up with Miss Yun helping fix my life problems.
Bisa dapat bukti lain enggak?
Well,
Okay.
Mr. Boyi says I'm still on probation, so he won't tell me where their work location is.
Oh,
Plus, I give all my draft articles straight to him, so I don't have anything in the way of evidence.
atas kali ya.
I wouldn't put it past him. But the letter says that my statement and the contract are enough to get the Millilith looking into it. If Miss Yun says so, I'm sure she must be right. Let's go confront him right now.
Ih, sayang banget ya. Ih, 60 padahal gila banyak banget tuh. Berarti disimpan buat Kazuha atau mau simpan buat yang nanti Dendro? Kalau itu kan kebanyakan orang skip kan, tapi kalau misalnya ngincar itu bagus aja sih. Wah, dia sudah di
Okay, I
sini.
think I've covered this topic pretty thoroughly now. Unless you had any more questions?
Well, what can I say, Miss Yun? You have so many wonderful qualities. Let's not quit while the ball's rolling, huh? Otherwise, I'll think of something I didn't ask later, and by then
Buat Kli.
it'll
Ah,
be too
Kli,
late.
Kli katanya
So,
next update.
hey,
Jadi
where's
siapin
that,
aja.
friend of yours who was here earlier? You guys seemed pretty close. Not intentionally avoiding the interview, surely.
You're finally back. This poor gentleman's been waiting for you.
You're with Shiryun? Hey, what's
Puncak.
going on here? Hey, Shiryun, don't forget the contract you signed.
The traveler clued me in. This contract you made me sign? It isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Isn't worth the paper it's written on? Don't be ridiculous. It's all there, clear as day. Don't you think I did my research?
Research? Oh, so you're a news editor. But you also have an interest in law?
Yeah, she's new, and she's making a fool of herself.
Minta dipanggil
She
panggil
doesn't get how
siapa?
this all
Yanfei
works.
ini.
My apologies. Now, back to our interview?
No, it's okay. In fact, I found myself delving into some legal texts recently. It's all so intricate and complicated that it's very difficult to take it all in. The contracts of our opera troupe are a case in point. I'd finally finished reading through the relevant documentation from the Yuehai Pavilion when suddenly the Chising announced a new interpretation.
Maklumat
So
itu
I'm
apa?
just curious. How can you be completely sure that you didn't miss anything when you were researching this?
I'm pretty sure I read everything relevant.
Under current legislation, the penalty terms in my labor contract are unreasonable and exploitative. I could report you to the Millilith for extortion.
Nonsense! That's ridiculous!
My goodness. Sir, it seems that we should probably bring this interview to
Pinternya
a
ya,
close.
dia actingnya ya.
Don't listen to her.
Kayak
I
pura-pura
run a
gak tahu
legitimate
gitu,
business.
baru kayak
Everything
ngebantu.
we do is above board.
Oh, I have no doubt about that at all, sir. But this reminds me of a case I read about not long ago. Once you get reported and the Millilith starts scrutinizing your business, well, not only do they look into every license you have and every work you've ever published, but everything down to your fire safety policy will come under their magnifying glass as well. So if you don't get back now and start preparing for their arrival, well, I mean, I don't mind continuing the interview at all. But I'd hate to take up too much of your precious time if there's any aspect of your business you want to double-check from a legal standpoint.
You? I won't forget this!
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Tamat.
Miss
Oh,
Yun,
belum.
why did you stop me?
Akan diajarkan begitu dia tiba di markasnya. Iya lah, jelas lah.
Right, and the contract I have is enough to get him arrested, isn't it?
I'm not a legal expert. I haven't the faintest idea. All that was
Digeretak
just an
doang.
act aimed at getting him to show us the way.
An act? Show us the way to what? Eugene, the Millilith are after him. Based on his movements, it looks like Boyi is heading back to his headquarters. I really hope they teach these tabloids a lesson they won't forget. It'd sure make my life a lot easier.
Yes, I had Yunning report to the Millilith
Oh,
while you were
jadi
delivering the letter for me.
nggak
The penalty
bad
terms in
ending banget lah
Shiryun's
ya.
contract are too severe.
Jadi
Even
M-chan
if they don't violate
M-channya
the law,
Yunjin
I'm
ngebantu
sure he
juga.
must be taking advantage of some loopholes. Anyone who works like that is sure to have a guilty conscience. So all I had to do was put on a little show, starring the editor-in-chief of the Steambird. And now, he is sure to lead us to the solid evidence. Well, acting has to be authentic to be believable.
Their little publication will go out of business in no time. Good riddance, I say. I hope this gets the other tabloids to rein in their antics too. Hey, here's a thought. Maybe we could get him to rat on some of his rival publications. Ah, I only just realized what this means. I'm going to be out of a job, aren't I?
Jadi pengangguran.
Well, would you still be interested in submitting an article to the Steambird? But the real one this time?
Well,
Oh,
yes,
dikasih
of
kerjaan
course.
tapi caranya
But
kayak
will
penawaran
they really
gitu.
accept an article from me?
Solusinya
Yumi,
bagus juga.
when can we arrange the next interview for?
Oh, so now you're asking me. 2 days from now, morning. Work for you?
Okay. Shuryun, let's continue our discussion about tonight's play 2 days from now.
Does this mean I get to do a full feature interview with you? Okay. I think I know what I want to write about. Thank you, Miss Yun.
Don't mention it. I'm sure it will be a source of inspiration for both of us.
Wah, nunggu 2 hari dong. Oh, enggak langsung. M-Chan-nya pusing. Oke, satu lagi berarti. Satu lagi. Mana? Foto kenangan, depan panggung balik tirai. Beda ini dong berarti. Nah, ini kayaknya dekat. Oh iya benar.
Make my escape. We can try some more
Kita
combinations.
skip.
I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited just thinking about. Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying
sama
the
ya
part of you that is simple. So in that
teksnya.
sense, I can't say it's incorrect to conflate it, but there are many more sides. Sometimes, when I get letters from, I can write back, but
Loh, ini ya beda lagi.
you think so? So you prefer the way I am on stage too?
Kecewa deh.
It's fair enough. After all, every detail of my onstage presence,
Emang
from
sih kalau
songs
misalnya
to the
orang
costumes and makeup,
kayak kita
is
suka
carefully
kan
crafted
dari
for
dari
maximum
kelebihannya
appeal.
dia, anggaplah kayak
and I've worked hard to try and
tim
cultivate an
e-sport
image
gitu
that
kan.
appeals to
Kita cuma
everyone,
deketin dia gara-gara
regardless
dia
of
jago main
age or
game.
gender. But
Pasti
if I can't
pasti nggak
lighten
suka
up and
nanti
joke
orang.
around, even with my closest friends when I'm off stage, that's a real bummer. Never mind. Talking about this is just going to kill the mood. Tonight was about me showing my gratitude to you. So, did you have a good time?
Lagi
Is there anything else you
kamu
want? Like something to remember the evening by?
nonton
A souvenir,
bareng.
perhaps? Anything you can think of?
Foto yang ada tanda tangan kamu ya.
Okay, here you go. Well, people ask me for autographs all the time. Usually, what they want is a signed picture of me on stage. Apparently, that makes it more valuable. Yunming suggested that I keep a bunch of them on hand at all times to make things easier.
Ah, yes! That one is a picture from the Divine Damsel of Devastation. I have one just like it on my wall at home.
Hey, are you guys talking about Miss Yoon's autograph photos? I have one in the
Banyak
store
yang
too.
punya berarti.
Well, what do you think? Is this souvenir valuable enough for you?
Ya, termasuk bad ending. Ingin nih. Oke, lengkap. Not bad lah ya. First time nyobain ini. Yeay, Yunjin kelar. Mungkin next cookie lah ya. Tapi gua cari kuncinya dulu sebelum live. Jadi yang ini nanti gua ubah deh untuk gambarnya ya di luar. Soalnya salah kan. Tadinya mau cookie tapi ternyata cuma bisa Yunjin, ya udah deh. Yunjin aja. Ya dah, oke. Kalau begitu sampai di sini dulu live streamingnya. Makasih tadi teman-teman yang udah mampir ya, yang udah ngepick juga, makasih. Ada Reigami juga tadi nemenin sambil chat. Thank you, makasih banyak. Wes, kita ketemu lagi di live streaming berikutnya. Bye bye.